Buenos dias, muchachos y muchachas. Today we're going to do a little bit of a different video than usual. Since it's been 3 months now of living here in Merida, I thought it would be interesting for me to run through my budget for myself and my girlfriend. I should say I put this budget together in September as we arrived here, as an an idea for how much we would like to spend on a monthly basis. So I put the budget together before finding the house, I should say. All right, so category number 1 that I've divided this budget into 9 categories. Category number 1 is home. In home, I put $500, and as you can see, we spend between $450 and $475 a month. That's due to currency fluctuations. It's 9,500 pesos, and that stays within the $500 budget a month. Then in the next category we have groceries, where I put $230 a month. Most of the months we spend a little bit more than that, actually. That's the thing, as you can see in my budget. Some categories we 1 month overspend a little bit and next month underspend. Depends on the month to month how much we're spending in each category, how much we go travel, for instance, in the travel category, and so on and so forth. In groceries we spend about like $250, around that sort of area a month, actually, as I can see. So I might have to actually adjust that within the budget to bump that up, or maybe, and bump some of the other ones down that we typically underspend on. So yeah, that's shopping in Walmart, in Chedraui, Superaki, supermarkets, Western style supermarkets, fantastic places. You can find a lot for your money there, I would say. All right, next one up is all the utilities, the boring category. Water, gas, electricity, internet. In that I've put $55, and that is also what we spend. Water and electricity bills, I should say, is once every 2 months. That's when that comes around. And gas, so far we've just filled it up again now after the first 3 months. So that says we spent our gas in 3 months. So once every 3 months you will have to fill up on gas. Every 2 months is the water and electricity bill. Okay, next up is insurance. Insurance, we only spend $11.60. It's quite cheap. It's better to have insurance than not, I would say. So it's an annoying $11 to spend, but it is what it is. You'd rather have insurance when shit hits the fan than not have it at all. Do you know what I mean? So that's sort of the idea with the... Oh, here's the dog. Interesting. He seems friendly enough. It's not gonna do anything. All right, moving on. Gym. I put $50 in my gym, in our gym budget. So for what we actually ended up doing was we bought all the equipment and just work out at home. So in the long run, we're not going to actually spend $50 a month on our gym expenses. We're just simply going to. All right, I'm back. The dog put me off, so I came over here and sat down at this little bench here under the palm tree. All right, where was I? I was at gym. So what I was saying is, we decided to actually just buy all the gym equipment that we need. We mainly do calisthenics, body weight exercises. So bought some straps, some elastic bands, and some weights, and then we just work out at home. So we save that money there. So going forward, we will actually not be spending any money monthly on gym. We will just get some new equipment, some new weights every now and then, but that's like not a monthly expense at all. That's like once every 3 months or something. I don't know, that maybe we will have to buy some new weight or something. Okay, next category is restaurants and bars, where I put $100 as well. This one is one that we're not so good at keeping. We tend to spend $170, $180, $190 in that sort of range a month, rather than the $100. So yeah, that's one that we will have to revise for the next, coming into the new year, making the budget there. But yeah, absolutely love to cook, love to eat out, to get new ideas, inspiration for what I can cook at home. So yeah, and with that also is like at least a couple times a week you can eat for that kind of budget outside. We generally tend to do more upper scale restaurants than just your average kind of food, so that's why I guess that the budget is a bit, that we overspend a little bit in terms of our budget there. So yeah, that's the kind of restaurant that we usually go to, rather than the average kind of place. Then next up is travel and transport. I've put 70. Actually, in this one, initially I did put 100, but then I thought, you know what, Uber and that sort of stuff here is so cheap. You pay about $3 to $5 per ride, depending on how late in the day and how much demand and so on, what day it is. If it's a Saturday evening, you obviously pay more than right now when it's a Thursday afternoon, where I'm filming right now. So yeah, $70 for a month of transport, and we don't even spend it all every single month. So yeah, that's very cheap, very cheap. There's no need to really take buses. Uber is fine. And yeah, something we have thought about is potentially incorporate a car in the long run into our budget. Next up is subscriptions, phone plans basically. That's the next up, where I have put $25 a month. So that's our monthly phone bills. They are 200 pesos each for 2 phones. That makes it like $20 there. And then, so actually we're saving a little bit there every month. I have a Spotify subscription, but because of my because of the card that I have, they reimburse my Spotify subscription through my Visa card. So actually I have a Spotify premium subscription paid for via my Visa card. And then I've put one last one of emergency. That is $50 on the emergency side of the budget. Always need to plan that, I would say. If you're making your budget, you must have an emergency budget in there as well, or an emergency part of your budget. For us, it's $50. We've only used it once in the last 3 months, in these first 3 months here. So it's not something you plan to use, and you must be. What is an emergency? An emergency is not. It's not that you need an extra bottle of wine in the supermarket. An emergency, if something breaks at home, if your pipes break, if your sink is leaking or so on, something like that. If the fridge breaks down, you need someone to come and fix it. That's the emergency, and you should have the discipline to not take out of the emergency whatsoever. So in the total, that brings our budget to 1,000, and let's just see here. So $1,091.60 is the total of all those categories. That is our budget for a month for 2 people living in Merida, 2-bedroom house with a pool, backyard. I think that's pretty good. That's pretty good going. I mean, you could certainly do it cheaper if you wanted to. If you're single, you could easily pull off living on less than $1,000 a month here in Merida. And yeah, as I said, like we're not totally cheap, in my opinion. But yeah, it leaves room to go and do some trips every now and then, go out to explore the peninsula, go to some beaches, go check out some cenotes, go check out some of the pyramids, some of the beautiful ruins, some of the beautiful history that's so rich here in the area. And yeah, with that said, I'll say thanks for watching. Thanks for the first 1,000 subscribers. If you liked this video, I know it was a bit different than the usual, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you would like to see for the channel in the next year, and then I'll say thanks for watching. Hit the like bell, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you when I see you.